Welcome to the Real Estate Fight Club, a podcast for agents where you'll witness a battle of opinions about topics affecting your real estate business. Now, always in your corner, here are your hosts, Jen Mertland and Monica Weekly.
Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Fight Club. What's up, Jen Merlin?
What's up, Monica? What you doing?
It's like my favorite thing. Welcome. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, you definitely should be in the ring, like being the announcer.
Oh, I'm in the ring. I'm in the ring with you today, and you're going down.
Oh my God, that was the least fierce I've heard. You want to try it again? You want to try to be scary again?
It was like a little kitten cat.
Yeah. Oh, you're so cute.
Oh, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We love having you here. And today, Jen and I are going to duke it out over this question. This is a weird question. It's kind of funny, but I think there's a bigger point here. But the question is, should the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, should the NAR make vacations mandatory for agents?
Or like your broker or like somebody, right? Like, should there be some type of like, I mean, obviously, I think that's dumb, right?
Well, it's just not possible because we're independent contractors, but there is a big
for now, dot.
Right. Stay tuned. The problem, I actually think the problem is freaking realtors are never working and they're always on freaking vacation.
Oh, wow. That was a lot of shade.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think that I agree to some point that many real estate agents do not run their business like a business. And I think that there's this notion of working, like we work 24/7, which is not true. And if it is, then you need to learn how to take control of your life. And you probably have some efficiencies in there that you're not utilizing. And you're probably the type of person that says, well, nobody can do it better than me. My clients only want me to handle it. Let me tell you, lies.
Not true.
And how do we know? Because we know they don't care. They
done
don't
it.
care.
It worked. Right. Exactly. Well,
I don't know anybody that I know the Department of Justice right now is kind of like in kind of talking to see like, are real estate agents employees for really, right? And I think that relationship between the broker and the realtor in certain brokerages is. Hey there, you liking this video? Go ahead and hit subscribe so you get all the latest videos. Not independent contractor-y.
In certain brokerages, you're right. They're treated like the employee.
Not in ours.
More of an employee-employer relationship, and certainly not in ours, which is refreshing. But that's the traditional brokerage. That's how it's been forever. It is that employee-employee.
You know what, Monica? Just because it's been that way, that just means we should just keep doing it, right?
Right. No, absolutely not. But that is, you've been, you stand behind the brand, and the brand is the reason you have any business. And that mentality is so old-fashioned. And that's the idea of where the vacations are. Like, yeah, if you're treated like that and you operating like that with your brokerage, then yeah, you should have 2 weeks of vacation paid.
But are you the type of agent, and I'm asking the audience, I know you're not like this, but I know, are you the type of agent that somebody has to tell you to take a break? Somebody has to tell you to go on vacation. And then when you're on vacation, you are still working and you're ignoring your family. Is that who you want to be?
That's a great question. It's rampant in our industry, isn't it? This overwork, burnout, 24/7 on call. It's a badge of honor that I think, or it's portrayed as a badge of honor, which it is not a badge of honor. It's not. I wish that people would feel embarrassed about that. Like, I've not been able to set standards in my business.
Yes.
I've not been able to set boundaries. And so therefore I work like a fiend.
But it's not cool. Even like, I feel like even like saying like setting boundaries and setting standards sounds so, it's just like, okay, how do you want to live your life? Clients or prospects can text you. They can do whatever they want, but so can you, right? So for me, when I was learning this, right, because everybody has to learn it for themselves. We were doing a lot of deals, and I had one assistant, and it was me, we're doing 85 deals a year. It's a lot, right? And I was like, okay. And it clicked. They can text me whenever they want. Like, I'm not the type of agent that's like, I return calls. And I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you explicitly because I know you do this, but like, I return calls between 2 and 3 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays because I said, la, 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 la. Oh my God, nobody cares. Look, you can call me whenever you want. If I feel bad about it, I'm going to be like, text you real quick. Hey, I'll call you back in 15 minutes. Hey, I'll call you back in the morning. Or I might not even reply because you're just getting it out of your head. But that doesn't mean that you need me to answer right then. It's weird. Nobody does that in real life, except for realtors.
I know. Well, but this is, so you can say
I'm getting
standards.
Oh,
Yeah, you are.
Man.
You can say standards and boundaries, blah, blah, blah. But I say it like this: standards and effing boundaries. Like, it's not a soft thing. That's exactly what you're doing, is you're putting policy in place on how you're operating.
No, and I think you
with your
should. And I'm
client.
not saying it's soft. I'm just saying nobody cares about what they are. You just have to do them. You have to demonstrate them, not like tell everybody. Nobody cares.
No, I'm not
Just
saying tell anybody. Set them for yourself.
Well, right. But set them. And just because you want to return calls at 2 to 3, nobody else needs to know that. You just need to return the calls at 2 to 3.
Oh, you don't have to announce it, but this is part of communication, and communication matters. I disagree with that. And that doesn't have to be in your email response, which is what you're referencing, because I used to have that, which I don't anymore, if you've noticed.
Oh, I'm right again? Wow.
No. It went away when I went on vacation once and it never came back.
Okay.
What I'm saying though is you do need to communicate that with your clients.
But not like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I will respond to you. Like in a listing appointment? Absolutely not.
No, once we're in business, this is what I do. How do you want to be communicated with? Just so you know, if we're in a deal, I'm with you 24/7, whatever you want to say about that. I know you don't say that, but if
I'm going to get a wrinkle where my face is contorting.
Listen, if it's not an urgent matter or it's not on fire, and you text me after 7:00, it'll be the next day before I get back to you.
That's so dumb.
You have to say, that's called setting freaking expectations.
You don't have to say it. You have to show it. How
do they know if you don't tell them?
Most of our clients have a job. They work in a job. Their job ends at like 6 or whenever it is. And it's okay for them to communicate with you. And it's okay for you to return it at a reasonable time. You don't have to tell them. They're not thinking like, well, unless you've shown a pattern of getting back to them after 7, that's different. But you could just like call them in the morning and it's fine. They don't care. They're not listening.
What is the harm in laying out the expectation?
I don't think there's harm, but it's dumb. I don't know. It's dumb. If somebody I was doing business with said that, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I'm still going to call you when I want and you could do whatever.
It's not dumb. It's a high level of communication and it freaking matters.
Disagree.
It matters.
Disagree.
Who would have thought we would have taken this one? We're not even talking about vacations anymore. What happened to that?
Okay, let's talk about vacations. Well, I mean, this is part of it, right? So you're going on a vacation. Is how you want to live your life, that absentee partner, that absentee parent, like, is that how you want to live your life? No, I imagine it's no. So what do you need to do to get your life in order? Like, let me tell you, your clients, they want you to go on vacation. They understand vacation. And if they don't, they should not be your client. Do you agree with that?
Correct.
Yes. And you should not be so hungry for their business that you're going to put up with this shit.
This is true. The great Gary Keller, Gary Keller.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary. He talks about when he lays out his calendar, he puts his personal time off in first.
Obviously, put your vacations first. Mike Ferry used to teach that too. Vacations first.
Vacations first. Personal time, family time, vacation time, your time, whatever. In first. Then you work around it.
Yep.
That's how important that is.
And I think that if you're somebody who's just like starting this, I mean, I'm all for a vacation every month, but not everybody can do that.
I know. You're for a vacation for a year.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah. I
Right.
mean, you can still work. When you take longer vacations, you can actually work. So they're not really
Yeah.
vacations, and it's just more relaxing because then you're not tired from the vacation you took because you only had 2 days to see everything. Take a month
Yeah.
and see everything. And it's less stressful. I enjoy it. Anyway, once a quarter, you should do something, whether
Mhm.
it's go on vacation, maybe it's going to, like, if your company has like those meetings where the rah kick them in the knee, like whatever it is, once a quarter, that you should do one of those. And during
Oh.
that time, like you need to give somebody else your phone, forward it, something,
Unplug completely. I'll
unplug
tell you when
and
Sharon and I
focus and
went,
pay attention.
when we went to South Africa or
Yeah.
Africa, went to Zimbabwe. We of course the phones didn't work. We were out in the
Well,
bush.
what year was that, Monica?
2018. No, because we were out in
You were in
the
the bush.
bush. Like you didn't get, no, it wasn't working.
Do
Every
they
once
call
in a
it
while
the
you get
bush
some,
in Africa, or is that just an
They
Australia
do.
thing?
No, they call it the bush. They did.
My phone worked when I was on a safari in South Africa.
Really?
Verizon.
We did. I have Verizon.
Well,
I have Verizon.
upgrade.
Okay, hold on. I want to dial in a little micro on, you said every quarter, which I agree, but actually I think every Sunday you should look at your week and decide when you're not working for the next 7 days and put that in your calendar. If you're not going to work next Saturday, you're going to take the day off, put it in. If you're going to take Monday afternoon off, whatever, like whatever.
But I
amount of
also
time
think
you're
it should
comfortable with.
be, you could also do it like there's a regular day, right? And I don't think that regular day should be, depending on your business, it usually shouldn't be Friday. Maybe something
Right.
like a Tuesday, and it shouldn't really be Monday. So like
Mhm.
maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday, that's the day you're off, right? And like if you knew that was the day you were off every week, then, because some people like my calendar is more than a week out. I could never just do that on Sunday. So it just depends on your calendar.
Well, yeah. I mean, however you're planning your time.
Yeah.
Can we have a break? I need a break.
Oh, I know. What? I need to cool down. I'm going to stand in front of a fan like a lady with a hot flash.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a break, hear a word from our favorite partners. And when we return, who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Who
Stay
knows?
tuned. Are you where exactly you want to be in your business and in your life? Chances are you're probably not. So you've been thinking about coaching. You know that in order to get you where you want to go from where you currently are, you're going to need help. You need accountability. You need clarity. You need processes. You need systems. You need people. That is what a coach does. And I know you've been thinking about coaching, but you're scared to take the leap. And I totally get it. So Monica and I were talking, and we are going to give you a taste of coaching with my coach, Coach John Kitchens. So Monica and I are going to pay for the first 60 days with him, which your life will be completely different in the next 60 days. Go to trial.coachcode.com. There's a section for sponsor. Put Fight Club in that section. Monica and I will pay for the first 60 days, and all you have to do is show up. Go to trial.coachcode.com and enter Fight Club.
Welcome back. I don't even know if we have a final round because I believe we're both bleeding from the ears right now.
We are. This got heated. I love a good fight with you.
I know. I just strongly disagree with the fact that you don't communicate with people how you're going to communicate.
So dumb.
I just think that's a huge mistake.
Do you know what? I show them. I just do it. Like, you don't have to tell somebody you're a good person. You just do it. You just be good. You don't have to tell somebody you're a realtor. You just like demonstrate you're a realtor. I don't know. I just don't. I think it's dumb.
I have a headache from this. But I do now.
I think though the point is like, well, I think there's 2 points. One is it's an interesting relationship that us as realtors have with our broker, that we have with the MLS, and that we have with the NAR. And really think about, as you progress on your real estate journey, those relationships, they're financial relationships, right? Like they mean something, and there's certain rules and different things attached to them, and really look and see if that's working for you. That would be my point. And the second point of the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the NAR mandates, well, let's say the state of Ohio mandates that we have 30 hours of CE every 3 years, right? What if they mandated that we proved we had a phone off vacation once every 2 years where you didn't answer your phone?
That's dumb. They're
And
not
you
in
had to-
charge of me.
I know, but maybe that's what it would take for people to do it.
I think
if
there's
it was
like
part of the job.
but there's like a boundary, right? There's like, I mean, there's modes of your real estate life. Like you have like
Mhm.
beast mode where you're just like in it. But there is a point that if you're so into it and you don't take a break, there's diminishing returns to your client.
Mhm. Agreed.
And where is that for you?
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed. Yes. Yes. Burned out is not a safe place for you to build a business from. It just doesn't
You're
work.
doing a disservice to your client. You're going to make a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes. It's not worth it. And all because your ego is in the way that you think that nobody can help your clients like you do. Well, I hate to tell you, but there's a lot of people doing a lot better than you, and they can help your clients just fine.
Wow. I don't know quite what to say here today.
Should we edit that out?
No. No. Leave it
Unfiltered.
in.
Hashtag unfiltered.
It is kind of a slap in the face that I think a lot of us need, because a lot of us are type A's and control freaks.
Being like control
Self-proclaimed
freak
control
is
freak.
not, I mean, what is that really though? You're a coach. What is that really? It's like delusional.
Oh, it is. It's awful. It's not a positive thing at all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's why this is happening.
Yeah.
This is why this is happening.
Right.
But once you start, I mean, I've told this story before on the podcast, so I'm not going to tell it again. Once I decided that I didn't work on weekends, well, I've been in business for, I don't know, 7 years since then.
Yeah.
And growing every year.
Right.
Once you make that decision and you kind of live with it, you have to learn to lean on people, and you have to learn to leverage. The most successful people know how to leverage. And that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And if you go on vacation, you leverage a little harder than you do when you're at home.
Right.
You know, but there's different layers of that, I guess, depending on,
Well,
how
and
long
that's
you're
why
gonna
it's
be gone.
important to have relationships with other real estate agents, because there are going to be people that do business like you do. And it's not going to be everyone. It's going to be a very small group of people. And it might only be one or two, but you guys can work together and help each other. It does our entire industry and yourself and your family a disservice if you try to take everything on.
This is true. And this level of passion about this discussion, in all honesty, without laughing about this, is because Jen and I care about you. Like this isn't funny for you to be burned out, so busy that you can't freaking take a break, working on vacation. I just talked to an agent that went overseas for 5 days, and she is a great agent, self-proclaimed kind of workaholic. And we talked about it a couple of times, and then she told me right before, she said, "I'm leaving my laptop at home." I was like, "Woo! Yes!" I mean, I was like, that is so freaking huge. And I've got you. And I showed one of her clients a house, like got him in
Nice.
right away. They didn't want it.
I got
handled it
goosebumps.
like a pro. And she was like, "I'm not doing it." I haven't talked to her since she's gotten back. She just got back, but it was, honestly, it seems like a little thing. It was so huge.
It's a huge thing. We need to have her on the podcast.
Yes.
Let's have her on. Yes.
All right. I don't want to throw her name out yet, because I don't know if she wants me to identify her. So we'll find out.
We'll just shout, you know who you are. Hey.
All right. I am exhausted from this.
You know what?
and-
This is why realtors drink. Let's go have a White Claw.
I'm in the middle of my 75 days, 75 hard. So I'm not drinking for 75 days in addition to a bunch of other stuff.
I'll have yours.
I'm only on day 11, so I've got a little ways to go. Yeah, you're going to have to drink for me.
Hey, we
Well,
need
by
to
the time this
do,
airs, I'll be probably
yeah,
closer to done. Yeah.
we need to do a real estate Fight Club 75 hard version.
Yes.
It'll be like
we'll do
generate
that.
leads.
Yes.
Post
Drink a
on
gallon of
Facebook.
water. Drink a gallon of White Claw.
Yeah. Yes.
A day. A day.
Cocktails and cold calling. That is my favorite thing to do. Anyway.
No. All right. This is gonna have to be the end of today's episode, today's battle, whatever you wanted to call what just happened
Woo.
here.
Look at my neck.
If you're pissed. best.
I'm
You're the
pissed. I'm fired up, man.
Yeah, fired up. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, or if you know an agent who has not been on vacation for a while, will you please send this to them?
Yeah,
So that
no,
we can yell
tag
at
their
them?
ass. Throw some
Yeah.
shade.
Yeah. Do it.
Awesome.
All right.
And Monica and I are always looking for business partners to be in business with. So if you thought about being in business with us, let's have a chat. Call me or text me 513-400-1691. Monica, you're the best.
You're the best. And I hope that you show up for our next episode.
All right. I'm here with our tiebreaker, Jim O'Neill. Hey, Jim.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for being on. So you are with the elite sales team at KW in Akron, Ohio.
Yep.
Great. All right. You're going to answer this question. Should NAR make it mandatory for agents to take vacations?
No.
End of podcast. That's why.
No.
Explain it a little more.
So for the listeners, I knew the question coming in.
Yeah.
And I had never even thought of that before you asked me that question. And that just seems like it really kills what our business is. And I don't know. I mean, I think I
guess we have to kind of go back and say, okay, what is the role of NAR in our business? Like, how do you see it?
So I volunteered at the Akron Cleveland Association of Realtors on the Young Professionals Committee for a couple of years. So I do know a little bit more about what they do. I don't think the average agent has any clue what our associations do.
Right.
And
that's like a whole nother podcast, man.
Yeah. And I think if they knew a little bit more about what these PACs do, and that they are a political organization that keep our wants and desires in front of lawmakers and the people who really pull the strings, they would have a different opinion on it. But as far as them telling me what to do, I don't think this isn't a two-way street. This is a one-way road.
Well, they do have the code of ethics though, which tells us what to do, right? So it's like, I agree with you 100%, but then it feels—
Good point. Good point. No, that is a good point. And I'm okay abiding by a code of ethics. That's
I'm not. Just kidding. I'm okay with it unless it doesn't make sense, and then I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've never even thought of it in that. So you are 100% correct, but I just never thought of it in that light. But I see it as maybe, we push as agents, we push to NAR and to our local boards what we want, not them.
Not the other way around.
No.
Okay, but let me ask you this. So the question kind of came to light because there's so many conversation, and there's this badge of honor about, oh, I worked 24/7 while I was in the hospital getting surgery. I negotiated a contract. I put, I don't know, all this stuff. And I know that we're independent contractors, right? And that's the point you're alluding to. We're in control of our business. But are there standards that are in place that's because so many realtors are I never take a vacation. That's dumb. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's dumb for sure. Yeah.
But to your point, you're saying, well, there should be nobody that tells us we have to.
Correct. Yeah.
But how do we solve this shift from this badge of honor of I work 24/7, but the average agent sells less than 10 houses, to something that's actually run like a business?
I think that it should be decentralized the way that it is right now. Okay. And if you are, you should either make some friends in your office or join a team or start a team.
Okay.
So you should, I think when I started, teams were not as big as they are right now. And I spent 5 years working at in a team setting at a small brokerage. Okay. Or if I needed help and I went on vacation, they handled everything. I've got agents who are on vacation right now. we're taking care of everything for them.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
same.
they're still going to answer their phone just like they would if their mom called and they were at Disney World. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have, like, it's just a different, if
But
you
do
want
you
to be
think agents
successful,
taking time off is like an issue? Or not
that's
taking time off, I guess.
not taking time. No, I don't think it's an issue at all.
Okay.
I don't think it's an issue one bit, because if you want to live the life of an entrepreneur and you want to live a life full of like adventure and unknown, do you think like 200 years ago, someone was like, I need a 2-week vacation and I need this, like get out. Are you hungry? Do you want to eat something? Then get to work. And that's what this is. And everybody knows it coming in. So don't go to a car dealership that says Kia on it and complain when they drive up in a Sorrento and not a Mercedes. That's not what you bought.
Right.
Like,
So I know. I do think though, I see your point, and I agree to a level. It's like, okay, you started a business when you got your real estate license. I disagree that I don't think a lot of people think that way. I think that they really basically like now they own their job, I guess, but it's not the same as starting a business. I don't think they run it like a business.
I agree.
But I also think that to live a life like you do in order to help your clients better, there are times that you do have to unplug. I think we could do a better job as a group encouraging each other to do that, I think is where I'm coming from, maybe.
Then I would say that would be on the team leader or on the broker.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And there's enough flavor in this industry that you can go and find whatever you're looking for.
Right.
And you could form there's tons of loose, like call them alliances or friendships in every single office.
I like alliance better. That's awesome.
It's like an alliance. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, like, will you cover me when I'm on vacation?
And I don't even think it has to be in the brokerage or on a team. I mean, we covered for somebody last week from our old brokerage. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. And I mean, and like, I think that you get what you give in this life. And so like, I mean, if you come from a place of contribution, like then the world's going to reward you. So like, if I don't know, we've got an agreement on our team, like, hey, if you go out of town and you need work done, it's going to cost you $25 a door. And you might go to another member of the team and say, hey, like, can you cover me? Like, if you whatever,
Yeah,
5 hours,
you cover me or
I'll
whatever.
cover me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's certain people on the team who would, they would say, yeah, sure, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Like, I'll do it for free.
Right.
Like, it's all good. I know, that's why we're on a team.
Right.
And then there's other people on the team who they're going to track to the minute how much work they did for you. And then they're going to Venmo you immediately when they're done.
Right.
Because it's happened.
Right.
So, and all of that is okay.
Well, and that's, I think what you're saying is the beauty of of being a real estate agent is we can really negotiate and do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't want anybody telling you what to do.
No,
Definitely not.
Absolutely not. Like, and then because then if we get into vacation, then we get into healthcare, and if we get into healthcare, then we get into retirement, and then we're just another, clog in the system, and like that's not okay.
I don't think it is. We did do an episode or like, should agents be employees or remain 1099s? And it is interesting. I wonder, there are some people, it's divided, I think, because I think there's some efficiencies in both and some pros and cons in both, but that's how everything is, right? It's not generally just like all good or all bad.
Yeah. And if they are going to make us employees, then then
I'll be the employer.
Well, and then we're going to have interviews. And then what kind of degrees are you going to be looking for?
Right.
And then what kind of skills and what kind of background do you need? And then, like, who's gonna, you know what I mean? Like that gets into a whole big
slippery
thing.
Slope. It's not exactly what, like you said, the spirit of the nature of the business, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a real estate degree would look like? It would have to be like psychology, sociology, business, marketing, advertising,
Law.
like law,
It would be the
financing.
hardest degree.
Nobody would be, oh yeah, either that or they would, you know, be like doctors.
Yeah. Right. It would be
Because
crazy.
everybody thinks they can do this job until they depend on it absolutely for income. Like absolute. Like I have
This is why
nothing.
within 3 years, 85% of the people are out of the business.
Mm-hmm. Because it's extreme. I mean, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah. It's harder than it seems for sure.
By
Like as an understatement.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome. Well, it's been great chatting with you. If people have a referral in Akron, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Probably my cell, and it's 330-714-4720. Call or text. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the easiest.
That's easy. Awesome. Thanks, Jim.
All right.
See
Thanks,
ya.
Jen. All right, bye.